Hey guys, it's Kristen. Of course it is. Anyway, I'm sorry I'm a day late, but I'm here for my 2-week post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy. I guess let's get the numbers out of the way to start with. Last week I mentioned that I lost, since surgery, 17.5 pounds. That was a huge number. So I'm not going to lie and say that I wasn't just a little bit surprised when I stepped on the scale, and this week, for my 2-week post-op, I only lost 3 pounds. But to be honest with you, I'm not really upset or anything about it because 17.5 was a huge number for the first week for me. I mean, I guess other people have lost more, or I don't know, but I think that was really pretty big. And the week before that, I even lost 10 pounds. So, that much in 2 weeks, I guess I can't complain when I even have a 3-pound loss. I could have had no loss and still have been okay. I mean, for just a couple of weeks, that's a lot. So that's a total since surgery, 20.5 pounds, and then since the week before surgery, 30.5 pounds. So I think that's not really anything to complain about. I'm just curious how the numbers are going to go up and down, but I'll take whatever weight loss I can get. There might be times when I'm disappointed that it's not bigger, but I guess everybody goes through that. So with that, regarding weight loss, in the past week, maybe being a little less than the week before, as a non-scale victory, I guess I would say. I mean, I wasn't like, I was always curious how and where the weight would come off first, like when I would notice it, like where in my body it would start to come off. And usually when I start to gain weight, the last place I gain it is in my face, and that's also most times the first place that I start to notice when it's going. This is probably going to sound bizarre, but it feels kind of like tighter, like through here, like in this area, like it feels a little bit tighter. So I don't know, maybe I've lost weight. You guys watch me more than I watch myself, so you can tell me maybe where you noticed or whatever if you want to. But I don't know, it does feel a little bit different. And another thing that I noticed, now this is weird, maybe it's a little TMI, but in my belly, I had kind of like, I have this stupid apron thing going on. I can't wait till that's, I mean, I know it's not going to be completely gone until like, I get the skin removed, but it will definitely get flatter as I lose weight. I know that. I had like 2 rolls, like the apron and then like the big belly bulge. Now I noticed on the sides of my stomach, like on the sides, like, there was the big belly bulge and then there was the apron roll, whatever, beneath it. Well, on the sides of the big belly bulge, it was a roll that was going all the way to my sides. And now, on the sides of that, like I still have the big bulge in the middle. I don't feel like showing it, I'm sorry, but you can imagine. So, like on the sides, it's not a roll. The top roll isn't really a roll anymore. It's just the bulge in the middle, and it's flattened out on the side. So it was interesting to see, where some of that weight went. I can tell the difference, in the way my pants fit if I pull them up a little bit higher. I don't like to wear high water pants, but also don't like my belly bulging over my pants. So most of the time I pulled them up to my belly button, and I noticed that on the sides there it was a little bit looser, which is really cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of neat to see actually, where the weight has disappeared from. Other times I haven't lost that much, so I, had only seen it like a little bit in my face if I would compare a picture or something. Regarding foods, I am in we have 4 stages, so I'm in my 3rd stage where now I can eat like pureed meats and mashed potatoes and yogurt and stuff like that. But I'm still a little hung up on the whole pureed meats thing, so I just try to kind of stay away from stuff that I would have to puree. I don't know. I guess there's some things that taste okay. Like I can have fish. Like you don't have to puree it like in my thing because it's the structure of it's already so weak that it breaks down really good, and it doesn't. It's not chunky. Depends on what kind of fish, of course, and how it's cooked. But in my case, the kind I get, I don't need to puree. So far, I've had 2 meals. Yesterday, for my first non-liquid meal, I had a little bit of refried beans and an egg. It was kind of hard to get down. I haven't felt hungry yet in the first place, but eating that, it's just, I mean, the beans went down quite easily. The egg, I think, I mean, I've been making scrambled eggs since I was a child, but I think it was just a little too firm. I think I have to cook it a little bit less, and they both had a pinch of cheese on them, so they did okay. It felt a little heavy. Not so sure I'm gonna like eat the combination, maybe one or the other now. I'm just concerned about protein. I'm going to try again with the protein shakes either like at the end of this week or the beginning of next week, because last week I tried it and I just couldn't get it down. It was way too thick for me. So I'll try that again and see, because I really need to be getting some protein in. I wasn't too worried about it in the first 2 weeks because I just was trying to get used to, the feeling of the way my stomach is now, and also I had absolutely no hunger at all and had no desire to eat anything. The soup felt good going down because it was warm, and previously I'd only been drinking water because I'm not a huge tea fan like I've mentioned before. So that's about that with the food. Last night I also had some goulash. It was cooked really soft, and so I was able to chew it with some mashed potatoes, and that was fine. Although I had 2 meals yesterday, I felt really, really full. Like, I didn't even finish either meal. Like with the 1 egg and it was maybe less than 1/8 a cup of refried beans. I felt really super full, and this one was like maybe half to 3/4 of a little tiny like appetizer plate, like that. I don't know. And my husband had to finish what was on it. It's just a strange thing, I can remember having bigger, like way bigger portions before, and like, am I satisfied? Do I want a little bit more? Like, but this time I was just like, whoa, okay, like, not gonna finish that because that's way too much food. Hope this video is not getting too long. How I feel in general, I still get tired easily. I'm finding that I have a little bit more energy now that I've been like kind of on top of my vitamins. I missed them one day and I felt kind of like bleh that day. So I know that they are really helping. I feel good. I feel better when I drink all my water, although I'm trying not to drink it too fast because I feel like I get a weird feeling, when I drink it too fast, so I'm trying to be careful with that. It's hard to go from like chugging water to like taking these little baby sips. And another thing I was thinking about is exercise. Like, it's still like at least 6 more weeks or maybe 5 more weeks until I can exercise, and I'm kind of like, even though my belly's still kind of sore, all of the incisions are healed. There's only one that has like, well, 2 that have like a little bit of, a layer, let's say it that way, still left on them, and a couple with the strings still feel kind of weird, like, all sewn up. But they're all healing really well, and my belly is just a little sore. I don't have so many problems with the incision sites. Sometimes it feels like it's a little pinching, but it's nothing dramatic, nothing that I can't handle. I really haven't been taking very much pain medicine, maybe twice this week on 2 different days. I've been getting out walking. Monday was the first day after that whole allergic reaction thing that I felt good enough to like go out, and I went out for a couple of hours. I think I mentioned that in another video. Other than that, like, I think maybe in the next week or 2, like, maybe I'll do some exercises with like a little bit of resistance, like with my upper body, like, you know, maybe like a pound or two, like with my arms or whatever, because like I feel like with like, you know, a lot of resting and laying around that my upper body like is also like kind of losing a little bit of strength. I mean, I'm walking normal and everything, but I'm not doing so much like I would normally do because it still hurts to bend over. Maybe I'll find some exercises to do. Did you guys do any exercises, like you guys who are post-op, with your upper body while you were still healing? I mean, I know like we're not really supposed to lift like more than 5 pounds for like 6 weeks or something, but there's still like you can do movements or something like that. I will maybe make a video in between, I don't know. If not, I should probably see you next Wednesday for my 3-week post-op update.